On the news tonight, towards eradicating maternal mortality rate in Nigeria, stakeholders in health sector brainstorm. Plus, NTA mourns a veteran broadcaster, former officer in charge, NTA Kefi Agatha Joseph Obioha. Glad to have you join us on the news at 7 p.m. on NTA Kefi Star Times Channel 103. I am Mariam Abubakar Kana. In a seeming interest to hear feedback from Nigerians, President Bola Tinubu has met with National Communication Team. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, led the delegation comprising the presidential media team and heads of government media agencies for the meeting at the presidential villa this Tuesday evening. The minister revealed that the routine meeting afforded them the opportunity to brief the president on several issues regarding the perception of Nigerians, while the president in turn explained the direction of his administration.
As you know, the president has told you severally that the economy is turning the corner. We're tackling the issue of insecurity very well. We know that the challenges remain, but government will continue to work to make sure that Nigerians go about their daily affairs and sleep well in their homes. All the terrorists and the bandits and the criminal elements that stop Nigerians from sleeping well. Government is strategizing, working with the security agencies. You can see the better coordination this time around between all the security agencies and the intelligence agencies working together in consonance with each other. And this is the new thing that is happening, the coordination that Mr. President has brought about under his leadership, so that Nigerians will tackle this issue once and for all. Economy, of course, is one big issue that Nigerians are always talking about. We've heard from the president. We now know that the economy has turned the corner. It's for us now to consolidate on those gains, ensure that the economy of this country is put on the right pedestal, so that the trajectory of growth that we're already seeing can be further enhanced for the benefit of Nigerians.
Meanwhile, the president also received briefing from the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Shola Enikanolayi, who just received a South African envoy on attacks on black foreigners in their country.
Mr. President was briefed on the evacuation that we already concluded, with about 1,490 or so Nigerians that were brought back. I thank him for making the resources available. Whether what's going on is xenophobic or Afrophobic. President agreed with me that it is Afrophobic, and that Africa must unite in ensuring that we put an end to this spiral of violence targeted at Africans in South Africa. Mr. President recall his very close relationship with Ramaphosa, and I told him, sir, that's something we'd like to leverage on to ensure that we put a stop to this orgy of violence and death and destruction of our nationals in South Africa.
Talking health now, stakeholders in gynecology are brainstorming on tackling anemia in pregnancy, a condition identified to contribute to maternal mortality and morbidity in Nigeria. Correspondent Veronica Emmanuel reports that this was the focus of discussions between the Society of Gynecology and Obstetrics in Abuja and the Federal Ministry of Health, Social Welfare, where participants recommended an intravenous iron therapy for treating moderate to severe iron deficiency anemia, particularly during pregnancy and the postpartum period.
This is a welcome development for us to ensure that this kind of medication is available, and we also support the local production of the commodities. We ensure that it's affordable, and also ensure that it's included in the government drug list.
We're talking about the barriers because it's a new drug, and we need to follow the processes in getting the drug very available in Nigeria, and then making the stakeholders know about this drug that can help women treat anemia instead of just blood transfusion.
We are going to create awareness that this thing is available, and then the people who will administer it, the nurses, midwives, doctors, we shall train them to see that this thing is done properly so that there will be no harmful effects.
Away from health and to education now, when parents and teachers fall out, it is often the child who pays the price. An incident in a neighboring state involving the disciplining of a pupil and subsequent death of a teacher, which remains under investigation, has renewed the debate about discipline, parental responsibility, and limits of a teacher's authority. Correspondent Patricia Isamiluba examines the delicate balance between home, school, and the child at the center of it all.
Every time a parent and a teacher fail to communicate, and every time discipline is misunderstood or a child's voice goes unheard, the distance between the home and the classroom grows wider. An African proverb says, "It takes a village to raise a child." But in today's society, where does that shared responsibility begin and end?
As a parent, we should wake up to our responsibilities. We should not leave the training of our children in the hands of teachers, because that's what most of us do these days. Sometimes we blame it on the economy, that we are all running after money to make ends meet, but that's not the case. These children did not beg to be brought into this world. We should create time for them. And when your child tells you something, you dialogue. You don't go to fight a teacher.
Punishment cannot stop because it's a continuous process. I do punish my children at home. Anytime they offend, as in they do something that is uncalled for, I do punish them. So it's something that is unstoppable. But they should punish them when due.
For a parent to give or to directly insult the teacher to the point of death, I mean, it's the parents. So a little child should not be punished for what their parents have committed.
Corporal punishment is a punishment that is a certain extent that may be seen as painful and also punishable by the law. Such form of punishment or discipline should not be encouraged in school.
The 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, guarantees the right to the dignity of the human person under Section 34 and protects every citizen from inhuman or degrading treatment. Section 18 also recognizes education as a national objective. The Child Rights Act 2003 places the best interest of the child above all other considerations. What then of corporal punishment?
Corporal punishment is lawful in Nigeria. However, it should not be excessive, it should not be arbitrary, it should not be immoderate, and the welfare of the child should be taken into account. Unless, of course, the school enters into an express agreement with a parent or guardian that the child will not be punished.
Education stakeholders say discipline remains an important part of character formation. They argued, however, that disciplinary measures must be lawful, proportionate, and never degrade or endanger the child.
The wise ones will always come to the school. I want to know what my child is doing. And once there is that understanding between parents and teachers, you discover that issues like this will not come up.
Physical assault is not allowed because you don't know whatever will be the reaction of the child or how the child's health can take such punishment. So, but then that doesn't mean that disciplinary action cannot be taken in a way that it will not affect both the health of the student and that of the teacher.
It is pertinent, therefore, to note that the law exists to protect everyone, the children, the parent, and teachers alike. Perhaps the question is no longer who has more authority, but how that authority is being exercised. The strongest line is not the one that divides us, but the one that reminds us of our shared responsibility. In Abuja, Patricia Isamiluba, NTA News.
Establishing a cooperative society promotes self-reliance and socio-economic status of the people. It is against this backdrop that some women in Kefi came together to form a society called Alaibamu Cooperative Association. Blessing Danfulani tells us more on the group's mode of operation.
These are some members of Alaibamu Cooperative Association Kefi. It is a group which has a large number of women that engage in pooling of resources, provision of essential services such as welfare of members, democratic control, economic development of community, among others. Chair Lady of the Cooperative, Khadija Tijani, says the group, despite communal efforts in bettering the lives of its members, participates in other activities that will put smile on the faces of members. Hence, its alliance with Kwalian Lafia. Rukaya Abubakar, a staunch supporter of emancipation of the women folk and the wife to former Inspector General of Police Abubakar Adamu, who wants to govern Nasarawa State in 2027.
Na yi tunanin cewa mata su zo na haka ba su yi sana'a ba kyau. Sai na ce bari mu hada ke mu duk sati mu ringa yi adashe, in aka yi na sati sai mu ba mutum daya. In muka sake yi na sati sai a ba mutum daya. A haka yau last week ne muka yi anniversary, 10 years anniversary.
Some members speak on the impacts of the cooperative on them.
Alabamu kungiya ne na Alabamu. Kungiya ne na Khadija Ahmad Tijani. Kuma kungiya mun ji daɗi. Mun yi kungiya, mun ji daɗi, mun amfana fiye da yin da ake nufi.
Wannan kungiya ba abin da za mu ce sai dai Allah ya saka mata da alheri. Waccan nan kungiya tana taimaka ma marayu 100%. Yaran da ba su da iyaye ana tallafa musu, ana kai su makaranta. Wayanda ba su da mazajen aure duk ana taimaka musu.
Kungiya ne na rikin amana. Kungiya ne wanda mace ba za ta yi wasa da shi ba.
Nothing works better like cooperation for a positive common goal. Blessing Fulani, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority is steadily reclaiming its place in today's evolving broadcasting landscape, positioning Nigerian content for a wider global audience. Reports on the state-of-art digital studio and modern broadcast equipment, as viewers can now expect richer, higher quality programming that meets contemporary standards and stands the test of time. Yusuf Jika reports.
The Nigerian Television Authority has entered a new era of digital transformation designed to meet global standards in news, entertainment, and public information. Modern bricks and cameras, the new studio is a platform for telling Nigeria's story with world-class production quality. Its features include LED screens, a lighting mixer, overhead lighting, magic studio cameras, 4K transmission, camera control systems, 3 studios capable of broadcasting to multiple channels, and a state-of-the-art control room.
We can rub shoulders with those in the world of television business, like the BBC, CNN, Sky News, and all what have you. And I would like to seize the opportunity to thank Mr. President, because when Mr. President came, this is one promise that he made, that the New Hope agenda is not only limited to certain areas, but to entire government departments and ministries. And today, we are launching a brand new studio, and I can see happy faces, and everyone is smiling. But I think we should be congratulating ourselves and also congratulate Nigerians.
The upgrade will also be replicated across NTA's zonal stations to decentralize content production nationwide.
There's something new speaking from the inside. Your passion will be more ignited, to want to even give the best. So I would advise, stay tuned to the Nigerian Television Authority, because there is the best yet to come.
I'm very happy to be part of the team that did this, and I'm very happy that we're having a standard world-class studio.
With this digital infrastructure, Nigeria's famous NTA becomes one of the leading Africa's broadcasters, investing in smart broadcast infrastructure to drive information, culture, and the creative economy. In Abuja, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
And on a sad note, the Nigerian Television Authority is mourning the loss of one of its dedicated broadcast professionals, Agatha Joseph Obioha, whose decades of selfless service left an enduring mark on the organization and the broadcasting industry. Our correspondent Suleiman Ove Musa looks back at her remarkable career and the legacy she leaves behind.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
The Nigerian Television Authority has once again been plunged into mourning following the sudden passing of one of its dedicated and accomplished broadcast professionals, Agatha Joseph Obioha. Born in 1968 in Kefi, Nasarawa State, the late Agatha Joseph Obioha devoted over 3 decades of distinguished service to the growth of broadcasting in Nigeria. She began her career with the Nigerian Television Authority in the early 90s as an audio mixer at NTA Channel 5 Abuja, where her professionalism, commitment and passion for excellence quickly earned her the respect of colleagues. Her remarkable dedication saw her rise steadily through the ranks, serving in different capacities across the NTA network. She worked at NTA Kefi, had a productive stint at the NTA Makurdi Network Center, and later joined NTA Sports 24, where she rose to the position of Assistant Director of News. Her passing on Wednesday, July 22, 2026, came as a devastating loss to her family, friends, and the entire NTA family. Staff of NTA Sport and colleagues across the network remember her as a consummate professional whose commitment to public service remained steadfast throughout her career.
Agatha was the type that didn't want to offend anybody. She paid attention to her job. She was actually in NTA Abuja with us together. We worked together before people were separated by postings. I knew that there was a time she was officer in charge in Kefi, and she put in her best, including personal resources, to ensure that that station remained afloat.
And somebody that I respect so much, so that since I met her, I call her Madam Agatha. And coming to Channel 5, when it was OIC NTA Kefi, NTA Kefi is under NTA Channel 5, so we have a robust relationship.
I met her in 2011 when NTA posted me to NTA Kefi. So that is where the journey began for me. She is a boss, she's a big sister. We are family. In fact, we've grown to know each other, that everybody in my family knows her. I know everybody in our family, our friends, everyone. Aunt Agatha is someone that is committed, she's passionate. She does not hide her feelings.
Frankly, Madam Agatha doubles as my boss, our boss, and also a mother figure. For me, she was a rare gem, she was a rare kind. Her leadership style or technique was something very, very unique.
Colleagues have described the late Agatha Joseph Obioha as a humble, dependable, and disciplined broadcaster whose integrity, dedication, and exceptional work ethics inspire all who worked with her. They say she approached every assignment with diligence and left an enduring impact at every station where she served.
The news of her death came to us as a very rude shock. She was a very good oga and a neighbor to me. I pray that her soul rests in perfect peace, and I pray that God grants the family the fortitude to bear this loss.
Agatha Joseph Obioha was my HOD, was my officer in charge. We had worked together for more than 8 years in NTA Kefi. As a human being, she may have her feelings, but generally, she was a good person.
I have worked with her for some years. I enjoyed working with her. She was a kind-hearted person. I will miss her so much.
She was here in Makurdi briefly on transfer. And I would love to say that she was somebody that as soon as she walks into the room, you will feel her presence. And I would love to say her absence will also be felt. The news of her passing is really shocking, and I would love to say that we'll miss her.
Beyond her professional achievements, Agatha Joseph Obioha was a compassionate colleague, a devoted mother, and a mentor who willingly nurtured young broadcasters, helping to shape the next generation of media professionals. She is survived by her 2 children, family members, and countless colleagues and friends whose lives she positively impacted during her distinguished career. Although she has departed this world, her legacy of excellence, discipline, and selfless service to the Nigerian Television Authority and the broadcasting profession will continue to inspire generations to come. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. In Abuja, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
When I see you again.
May God grant her soul eternal rest. It's on that note that we conclude the news tonight, but before we go, a quick look at stories that made headlines. We reported to you that critical stakeholders in the health sector have converged on Abuja to brainstorm on tackling anemia in pregnancy, a condition identified to contribute to maternal mortality and morbidity in country. We also reported to you that the entire NTA family mourns the passing of one of its dedicated veteran broadcaster and former officer in charge NTA Kefi, Agatha Joseph Obioha. Thank you very much for watching the news. Do stay tuned for the rest of our programs. Good evening.